Ladies and gentlemen, we have a Q&A with the professor of stand-up comedy technique, Greg Dean.
Hey.
David has an interesting question. He asked, isn't the constant F-bomb a nervous? Is the constant F a nervous?
Fuck yes. I don't know what the fuck is wrong with those fucking comedians. What the fuck are they doing? Those stupid fucks are always fucking up. Fuck. Yeah. It's gratuitous.
Yeah.
That's the problem. Is it comes from insecurity, and you're trying to make the humor better. Write better jokes. Is what it comes down to. Craft good jokes, so you don't have to. I mean, Stanhope is at least making a point when he brings up things, or some, Jim Norton. Oh God, I can't get his last name, but some of the, George Carlin, Lenny Bruce. They were making a point about something, about free speech and so on and so. But to just stand, I had one of my students one time. He holds the record in a 5-minute show. It was 76.
Oh snap.
You can only do that by every word being that word. Okay. So I'm just saying, he eventually learned how to write really good jokes, and he ended up being very, very funny. And I guess I kept going, come on, trust the joke, write a good joke, write a good joke, write a good joke, write a good joke, a joke. That's why my joke diagram, my understanding those mechanisms, understanding how jokes work, understanding how to find connectors, how to misdirect the audience, how to surprise them, how to keep that joke short. All those things are so important, so that you don't have to cuss. There's a time to do it. You guys may not know that I was the opening act for the male strippers at Chippendales. I really was. It was like old burlesque.
Telling jokes?
Yeah, no, it really was. It was a very hard job that took me 3 months to learn how to play that audience, because it was like 350 women screaming, "Take it off!" Right? And I used one cuss word in that whole 15-minute show that I did for them as a warm-up act for and it took me, and it was identifying with them. I said, the joke was, the rest of the time I was clean. I do double entendre, innuendo, but I didn't cuss. Did sex jokes, but I didn't cuss. Okay. And the one time I did cuss was, I said, later, ladies, the guys are going to all come in and they're all going to want to hit on you and dance with you and stuff. And, just be very nice, look at them. And I would take so much time, because by then I'd have good focus from them, and I'd become the woman. I'd stand there, look the guy up and down a bunch of times and kind of go, fuck no. Place came apart. That was like near the end of my show. It's the only place I said a dirty word. And then women would come up after the show going, that's exactly what I was thinking. That's why I did the joke, because I knew that's exactly what they were thinking. And that's why it got such a huge roar. Okay? Because they could identify. They were thinking that, and I spoke for them. I'm their ally. That's the way I learned how to play. That audience I was their ally. I could identify with what they were going through, and so on and so forth. So, a lot of things, but that was a hard audience. I've never found a harder audience to play. There were so many comedians before me and after me who simply couldn't play the audience. They would work one night and quit. It's impossible to play this crowd. The owner's like, but Greg does this. Greg plays them. He kills. He brings them down. You can't play them. I don't understand. Greg does it. And then he called me up. Greg, you gonna come back? No, you fired me. So now it's $25 more a show.
Is that where you met Galen?
Well, I'm not going to pay that. Click. 2 days later. Greg, I will pay you your $25 more I can whip that audience into a frenzy in that 12 to 15 minutes. I just got
Nice.
I did it for over 4 years, something like 4 years, from 80 to 84, something
Yeah,
like that.
I'm gonna put you back in the gallery. Somebody had a question for who had that question? Where he was performing for Chippendales.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, that was, there's no harder audience, and an audience where I could have cussed and it would have been okay, but I chose not to, and to use that one moment to get a scream from that audience, and it worked so beautifully because it was. And if you want to know the truth, how I actually turned that audience around, give me the spotlight again, because I love this story and I don't tell it very often. Here's how I conquered that audience. I started thinking, okay, how do I, what do they want? What do they, so on and so forth. They want to tell me to take off my clothes. Why? Because they want to strip the men. They want to revenge on men the way men have been treating women for centuries. Oh, we're going to strip you and use you as an object. So that was so I'd come out and it was like, take it off. And the other thing was like, you're in the way of seeing the men. So get off stage. Oh, how do I conquer that? That's wrong. So I'd have the MC, you have to listen to this guy, be somewhat quiet so you can hear every lewd, lascivious, and dirty talk he's going to say to you. And they'd go, oh, he's going to talk dirty to us. So now they're at least listening. And then I'd come out and I would say, there's some bad news and some good news. The bad news is I'm not going to take off my clothes. And they would applaud to pull a joke on me, saying, we don't want you to take off your clothes. Right. And, and then I said, then there's some good news. The good news is I'm here to get you all, talk dirty to you, get you all warmed up and talk dirty and do all these things and get you all moist for the male exotic dancers.
Right.
And they would cheer for that. I just wait for it all to come right back down, and I go, ladies, I'm your foreplay.
Nice. Nice. Right.
If there's one thing that all women want,
it's foreplay.
And I knew that. Once I got the end of that sequence, I had them for the rest of the show. They wanted to hear me. They loved me. They were identifying with me. Jokes. And I did a lot of interaction with them. So it wasn't me just presenting material. There was a lot of things, interactions with the audience that a lot of other comedians couldn't do because they weren't street performers like I was. I was used to interacting with the audience. I wasn't afraid of them. I bounce off of them and stuff. So. Right. Yeah, once I learned how to play that, for the next 4 years, I was doing 5 to 9 shows a week at $100 a pop.
Nice.
For years, and then time came and the show changed, and some other controversial things happened inside Chippendales and stuff, and so it was time for me to move on.
All right, please give Greg Dean a round.
No. Thank you.
Give it up to Yoda.
Thank you.
Be funny, you will.
Yes, I'm one of the Padawans. I'll be the Padawan around here, Greg. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, guys.
Thanks so much.
Thank you so
Keep
much.
performing. Remember, being funny is contagious. Pass it on.